We are really out here, people. We really are. Today's gonna be a very interesting day because we're gonna be looking at we're gonna be looking at all this stuff down, you know, all these things here. We're gonna be looking at all these champions here that I haven't looked at since I stopped playing League of Legends. And in order to help me with that, we have somebody very, very special here in more ways than one. No, I'm just kidding. We have my good friend Nicky Boy telling me what the has been going on with League of Legends.
Yeah, dude, there haven't been very many out of the big reworks. Very few of them were like Galio, where they just completely changed them.
Oh, most of them are just like VUs?
Yeah.
Bro, that's trash.
They didn't change the splash art, but there was Lee Sin and Ari got they call them ASUs, which are art and sustainability updates, and Caitlyn as well. They just got their model and voice lines and everything got updated, so they look really nice now. But didn't change how they play. Teemo's getting one soon.
Still sounds like trash.
It's all the popular champions. Like, poor Zillion is still stuck looking the way he does.
Dude, I completely forgot that character even exists.
That Legends of Runeterra, the card game, since you've been playing, has been updating a lot of the old champions.
More so than the actual base game?
Yeah, like they completely redesigned like Nidalee, Zillion, Jax, Master Yi. Like,
maybe I should go check out Legends of Runeterra. Maybe I should check out the games that isn't League of Legends and just look at those.
So Legends of Runeterra is pretty much dead.
Oh, never mind then.
It didn't make any money because they made a card game where you can earn all the cards for free. So they made a single player mode that's like Slay the Spire kind of.
Oh.
And that's been doing really well. So they're kind of hard focusing on that right now.
Who's this champion right here in front of me? What is this? Is this?
So that is new Volibear.
He looks cool, honestly. Like, I think that from what I saw on the rework, he looks cool.
He plays kind of similarly. They changed him so that he's a lot angrier now. They went further into that him and Ornn are siblings and they're kind of opposites.
So Ornn builds stuff and Volibear destroys things?
Yeah, he kind of he hates people living comfortable lives. Pretty much. He's like, no, you live off the land like an animal.
He's like an incel? Like the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, he's more like a boomer, whereas like his whole, the short story they made of him is village is under attack. And like, oh, Volibear, please save us. And he comes in like, okay, I saved you. And then he looks and he sees they built a dam. And so he just smashes it and then leaves.
That's stupid. Why? Is he like, is he a god?
You're not supposed to harness nature.
Is he a god or something?
Technically, yes. Volibear, Ornn, and Avia, they're all demigods, technically. So they're all like primordial forces of nature.
Where's the source text of this? Is it on Chat GPT? If I run it through chat, will chat like...
I don't think so.
No? Shit.
It'll probably just make shit up.
Is Volibear from League of Legends a demigod? Show proof.
Let's show images?
I mean, I could. Draw me a picture of Volibear.
ChatGPT can do that?
Let's see. I don't know. Oh, hey, look at that.
That's not accurate. Volibear doesn't wear clothes. They typed Volibear on the left gauntlet. They like tried to spell Volibear.
They tried to, but ChatGPT doesn't know how to write stuff. What? You know what? Honestly, it has the runes on him. Doesn't he have runes in the photo on him? Or he has runes?
Tattoos.
You know, it's not bad. It's not too bad. I'm gonna say make him white.
What does that mean?
This is its own thing. Can't make ChatGPT make League of Legends characters. That's not bad.
He's still wearing clothes. It's like Volibear's whole thing. He hates modernity.
Remove his clothes.
I don't think you're gonna get something really bad if you ask it. No.
This is some deviant art bullshit. Like, this is so...
Yeah, the well-defined abs.
Yeah.
This is not a future I want to live in.
This person. Who's this person?
That is Setri.
I thought his name was Sett. Oh.
Yeah, but his actual name is Setri.
What's his shtick?
Sett's like a pit fighter where he's all about just punching the shit out of people, sumo slamming them, like grabbing them up, picking up the air and dunking them into the ground. But his big signature move is that as he takes damage, he builds up this kind of rage meter, and you press W and he does this big wind up punch, and the center does true damage. And in late game, that thing will do like 2,000 true damage. It's absurd.
He's got big arms though.
He's supposed to be like Ari, where he's a Vastaya. He's like a half animal person, but they just gave him cat ears and that's it.
I don't know. Like the girl that's next to him is like totally checking out his biceps.
Yeah.
He's all on it. Who's the person on the right? Is that person in Runeterra?
No. Sett is in Legends of Runeterra, but they made up this whole other storyline for him where like Samira goes to his fighting pits because he runs like an underground fighting pit in Ionia.
Oh, he's like Jabba the Hutt?
Kind of, if like Jabba the Hutt actually took part in the fights.
Okay, and who's this?
That's Lilia.
This person clones people, right?
No,
No, that's Nico.
Nico clones herself, yeah. They did change Nico, actually, since you've been gone, that she can turn herself into anything, including like plants and minions and jungle monsters and stuff. It's really funny.
Oh, that's cool. Why does this person just look like Nico, though?
Yeah, I mean, because it's... Same face syndrome is usually.
It's just, it looks the same. Like, she literally looks like I don't see a difference at all between her face and Nico's face. Well, maybe the eyes, I guess. That's it.
You run around, you hit, you run, and you slowly burn them. Like with Brand, you run back, hit them again.
All right, I'm bored of her. All right, let's go to the next one. Who's this? Who's this person?
That is Yone. That is Yasuo's brother.
Wait, Yone?
Yep.
You pronounce the E?
Yeah, that's how it's pronounced. Yep, Yone. And
all right, we're going to the next one. That's dumb. All right, who's this?
Yeah, no, I hate him. They somehow like, you know, let's make Yasuo and just make him worse in every way and just like the most frustrating piece of shit. I hate him.
How many people play him, like comparatively to Yasuo? Is Yasuo still like really highly played?
Yone is more popular than Yasuo is. So Ornn has gotten one skin in the last 4 years. Yone got 5 in 10 months. He's got a Z ult on one of his basic abilities. Like it's
wait, what?
It's fucked. Yeah.
God damn, dude! I'm so glad that I stopped. Like that sounds so frustrating.
2020 to like 2021 was a nightmare year for these characters. It's gotten better recently, but yeah, Yone was. And he released only 2 weeks after Lilia. So like Lilia didn't have any time in the sun.
Okay, so then who's this?
Are you familiar with Dante from Devil May Cry?
No.
Okay, well, shit.
Should I Google him? Here, let me ask chat. Draw me Dante from Devil May Cry.
No.
It won't let me because it violates.
Capcom, baby. Capcom.
Who is Dante from Devil May Cry? Draw him. There we go. See, you just gotta get past. Oh, is this him? Is this Dante?
No. that is like a Genshin Impact's twisted alternate version of Dante. That's Dante.
Is that who this is?
Yeah, I mean, her whole thing is like she's an ADC that's more about being in melee and she like combo your all.
Oh, she's an ADC.
She combos her abilities.
She's a melee ADC?
Not exactly melee, but she likes to get into melee range because you're supposed to use an ability, then auto, then use another ability. Like you build up a combo meter. Once that combo meter is full, then you do your ult, which is like a Katarina ult, basically. But you can move while you're doing it.
Okay, what is her popularity? For every one of these characters, give me like a popularity meter.
She was really popular because she was really strong. And now that she's not as strong, she's not as popular because she is like, she's weird. And 80 carry players do not like change or fun. So they're going to pick whoever's meta. Okay. So she's not meta, she's not picked.
Got you. Okay. Well, then who's this? Because I feel like that I've seen this person around a lot. It feels like I have like a fever dream with her. Like I feel like she existed when I was playing, but I just don't remember.
Well, that's because she was teased, I think like 6 months in advance.
Oh, like is that what
Yone and Samira came out while she was still being teased.
Because like, didn't she have like a Twitter account or something? Some bullshit like that?
Mm-hmm. But it was for the KDA version of her.
What does that mean?
Do you know the KDA band they made,
Yeah.
like the pop group?
Yeah.
For KDA's comeback, they wanted to include Seraphine as part of that. So the KDA version of Seraphine was the Twitter account, which then the Twitter account started doing a whole bunch of messed up stuff, like having imposter syndrome and depression, and it's like a fictional
because I remember
character.
it was like a mental illness play or some garbage like that, right?
Yeah, and then it comes out, and that KDA version of her is the skin, which is an ultimate skin.
Oh, okay.
And then the League version comes out, and it turns out most of her abilities are just a better version of Sona, and her actual story has Scarner was left in the dust for so long. Like, oh yeah, she could actually hear all the Scorpion characters, the Bracken. She can hear them in the Hextech gems, but she doesn't do anything about it. And so they lore retcon that in a day.
It's so annoying when you have like lore of something and then you have multiple like artists or authors coming into the lore, and then everything just gets screwed. That's why I don't give a shit about lore most of the time.
It's gotten better. Like, right now we're in 2020 and 2021, which was like, it was a really dark time for League lore and stuff. It's been getting a lot better in recent years.
This person looks kind of cool.
Yeah,
It looks
that
like,
is Rel.
what? Where's the horse? Oh, it's a metal horse ghost.
It's a metal horse. Yeah, she's a metal bender.
Oh,
So she's bending the metal to form a horse. The horse comes apart to form armor.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, armor looks really stupid, but it's like it barely it covers her chest, one arm, and makes like a skirt, and that's it.
But
Like,
there's so much
no
metal.
helmet. Yeah, but
Where does all the metal go? Like, you're telling me that
Right.
she can ride this metal horse that she like bends out of nowhere, but she has less armor than Leona?
yeah. Well, no. Leona has like nothing, but she's Leona-like. She's a support tank. She's exactly what you would want a support tank to be. It just like doesn't do any damage, but is all about crowd control and utility and being tanky. Problem is, in League of Legends, the tanks do damage. So there was no reason to pick her. So they had to rework her a little bit, and they allowed her to jungle, and that did really well, and people really liked her. And then they removed that because pro players abused it too much. So now she's stuck to being just worse Leona again.
That's unfortunate. Who's this
Yeah.
guy? Who's this
That is
guy?
Viego.
I
That is
feel like I hear
the...
Scooch talk about this guy all the time.
Me and Scooch have had many arguments about this character.
Why? What was?
From the gameplay side of things.
Okay.
You know the Blade of the Ruin King
Yeah.
item?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Ruin King. That's him.
That's fucking
that is the guy who-
stupid. That's
Yeah,
that's
that is-
the Ruined King.
That's him. He's a pathological liar, socially manipulative incel simp. Basically, he's just trying to bring his wife back to life, even though it's kind of his fault that she died.
Oh, so he's toxic.
Yeah, 2021. The entire year was centered around the Ruin King. So like every champion besides the rework was around this Ruination event.
Wasn't there like a Ruined King game that came out?
Yes,
That was
it was
pretty cool.
supposed to come out before. I played it because I don't really like RPGs too much, but they have a story mode option that just lets you skip all the fights and just enjoy the story.
What a baby.
Really great story.
Just play the RPG game.
No.
Just-
I just wanted to see Braum and Alawi together.
It was pretty cool.
nice.
I liked it for what I played,
Yeah.
so I thought it was cool. I enjoy it when Riot Games makes games that isn't Summoner's Rift.
There's not going to be very much more of those. Riot Forge got shut down.
No, wait, why?
Like Legend of Terror wasn't making money. So
What happened to the
they
fighting
released
game?
a few more though. Oh, fighting game, that's run by League Studio, so they're not canceling that. In fact, they're going full in on that. They
Good.
just announced Braum is going to be in the game, so
Hell yeah.
that is Gwen.
I mean, she's cute. I like her hair. This is nice hair.
Yeah.
That's it.
She is
Oh, she has scissors.
like Pinocchio. She is a doll brought to life. She was a toy of Viego's a doll that Viego's wife made because Viego's wife Isolde was a seamstress.
Uh-huh.
And then when Isolde died, pieces of her soul got scattered all across the world, and one of those fragments possessed Gwen, and then Gwen became a living doll, but she doesn't really look like it. Just yeah, she.
You don't sound very interested in this person.
No, I'm not a fan of because it's so not League of Legends at all, and they indoctrinate a bunch of champions into the Sentinels of Light, like where Lucian's from, and she gives them makeovers. At the very end, she imprisons Viego, but in Wild Rift, because Gwen wasn't in Wild Rift, the mobile version of League.
What is Wild Rift? Oh, that's the mobile
version of League.
Do people play that still? Is that?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. Still going. It's doing quite well, actually. They've actually had more events in the recent years than we have in League PC, but the guy who was in charge of all the cool events for that is now the executive producer on League, so we should get more cool stuff.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool.
She wasn't in Wild Rift, so they reworked the ending that Senna beat Viego. So like Gwen didn't even need to be here. She's just there, and she's really obnoxious in game. She has a...
Have you played Wild Rift? Is it good? Do you like playing it?
Yeah. I don't like playing on my phone. Screen's too small.
Why not play on a tablet? Just play an iPad and then play on there.
I don't have a tablet.
And then like you can connect a mouse to your tablet and you can have like
it's like, yes, pseudo desktop. Now I can play League of Legends.
Now I'm interested in this guy. What's going on here? Did he get a rework?
That is Dr. Mundo. Yep, that is the new Dr. Mundo.
Wow.
Yeah.
How is he cool?
He's like Fiddlesticks, where he barely changed gameplay wise. The major changes is that his W, where he'd have like that little spinning bit of fire, instead of it just being a toggleable ability, they changed it so it's like Tom Kench gray health kind of thing, where he electrocutes himself.
Oh.
And then he takes reduced damage for that duration, and then he heals it back. Those big purple canisters in his shoulders.
Yeah.
He is immune to the first crowd control he gets hit by, and he can reduce that cooldown if he runs over and picks the canister that falls out of him.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So, yeah.
But
so it's still Mundo. Like, he just run around like a wall of meat, and just his voice lines are amazing now.
He's still a doofus?
Oh yeah, he's a complete idiot.
Okay, cool.
They ham that up to an insane degree.
Okay, all right. I don't like his haircut. He looks like a fuckboy, but like besides that, like he looks.
It was worse before.
He looks like his haircut looks like Jimmy Nguyen. Like if I had a friend named Jimmy Nguyen, that's what his fucking haircut would look like.
He had a fade originally, and it looked really bad, and people changed it. Yeah.
Wow.
That's what corporate Mundo looks like now, and it is one of the best skins in the entire game.
Oh, that's cool still. I really like corporate Mundo.
Yeah, they hammed it up to such a degree. Like the voice lines, he drives around in a little mini car.
That's awesome. Well, how would you compare? Because I loved the Fiddlesticks rework. Like that was such a good rework. I think that like they did a really good job of Fiddlesticks. How would you rank Fiddlesticks' rework with not Volibear, with Mundo's rework?
I think Fiddle's one of the best reworks they've ever done, period.
I believe so as well.
For me, like the best reworks they've ever done would be like Fiddlesticks, Warwick, and probably Nunu. I think are the best ones.
You think Nunu? I kind of like Urgot's rework. Urgot's rework was pretty good.
I like Urgot too. They changed him so much that he's not
the same.
Really recognizable as the old one. Mundo is kind of ironic in that I think they changed too little, where he played almost exactly the same and his popularity did not change like at all.
He just looks more clean, I guess.
Yeah, he looks a lot better now. He's way funnier than he used to be.
Because one of the things I really liked about Mundo is that he was so simple. Like, I love the simplicity of some characters. Like, Singed is so simple that, like, you could just go into a game. Like, I love those types of characters where they're just dumb.
Yeah.
Even Garen.
He's still like that for sure.
Oh, okay, cool. Then, like, it's not too bad.
He's got, like, a bit of extra things he can do, but he's still very, very simple. He's very brain off, run around like a maniac.
That makes sense. That's how I wish to play League of Legends.
They really, in the first drafts of concept art, really tried to make him look sexier, which was like...
That's weird.
Probably noticed with all the arts, like, all of the characters are made to look very attractive.
They look very attractive, yes. I haven't seen a single character that isn't attractive yet. Speaking of, who's this person? Because this person looks like the most attractive. This guy looks like...
That is Akshan. That is another character that was invented for the Ruination event. He has a grappling hook. That's like one of his primary things, but his main thing is the Absolver, which is his gun. Say there's 3 people. One's Akshan, one's a victim, one's a murderer. Murderer kills victim. Akshan shoots the murderer with the Absolver. The victim comes back to life.
So he can res people?
Yeah, that's part of his gameplay thing is that if people kill his allies and he kills the person who killed his ally, he can revive them. But then he's also got a grapple hook and a double hit passive and true damage and movement speed and invisibility and extra gold.
Seems like
and
League of Legends the champion.
Yeah, he's got 10,000 passives. Yeah,
he's League of Legends the champion. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is 2021, so this is still the dark time of League of Legends.
Yeah.
How many people hated him when he came out?
Oh, everyone loathed him, especially because at this time, Lucian mid became very problematic, and they had to rework Lucian so that he just doesn't work in mid lane anymore. And then they said at the same time, when this is problematic, they said, hey, we made a marksman for mid lane on purpose that can also go invisible.
Oh, he can go invisible?
He can go invisible. Yeah, and it's permanent invisibility as well.
Who's this person? Who's Vex?
Vex is the first Yordle, I think, since Kled. She's super depressed because Yordles cannot technically die, and she hates that.
She's hates that she can't die?
Yeah.
But, like, has she tried dying?
Yeah.
How many times has she tried? Like, how is it that a Yordle can't die?
They're spirits. They're immortal. I don't know if Yordles can die of old age.
Can they if I toss her into a fucking wood chipper, like what happens then? Like
I'm pretty sure she just come back.
How?
I don't know. Spirit magic or some bullshit. They've changed a lot of how Yordles work.
I'm over now. It. Who's this person? Who's this?
That is Zeri. No. She's a marksman that they tried to make an FPS character out of. At the same time they released her in Valorant, they released Neon, which both Neon and Zeri are both Filipino-inspired, electrically powered teenage rebels, and they released them both at the same time, but they don't have any connection with each other at all. It was some weird promotion that didn't really mean anything, and she's obnoxious because she has to I hate her.
Does she have a gun hand? Is she Samus?
No, but she's just like super fast, hyper mobile, 80 carry. And Yuumi was already horrible, but because of Zeri's existence, neither of them can be good. Because if even one of them is mediocre, you put them together and they're just a terror.
Who's this? This person looks sick.
Oh, that is one of my favorite champions released in the last few years. That is Renata Glask.
That's such a cool name.
She is a CEO in Zaun, and her whole thing is because she's an enchanter like Janna and Soraka. When Janna and Soraka and Lulu, like, oh yes, I'm so happy and peppy. And Renata's just like, you useless fucking worm, go in and die for me or I'll step on your ankles and break your legs. She's constantly belittling her entire team.
Her gun is cool. That's such a cool gun.
Yeah.
Is that like a fake arm? What is that?
Yeah, she's got a robot arm. She's got a pistol. That thing floating above her distributes a whole bunch of toxins. Like, she's the owner of basically like a pharmaceutical company in Zaun.
Oh, she's a businesswoman. Wow.
It's the opposite, where like she came from rich parents, but her rich parents would give everything away. So like they were very generous, and she loathed her parents for that. So she grew up to be like the most selfish, greedy, narcissistic person in the world. And she has infected everybody with this new version of Chemtech that she makes. And so at a moment's notice, she could activate it. And it's similar to her ult, where her ult, she just shoots this wave of gas at the opponents, and it makes the opponents start hitting each other.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so she makes the opponents fight for her. She's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
She's so cool.
That's pretty cool.
She was supposed to be Silco.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that they just made a new character instead, because like I think it's cool. She looks pretty sick.
Yeah, it doesn't bother. Like, Silco would have been fun, but Renata's so great that it doesn't bother me.
This person, Belveth. She looks thick. Is this a girl or am I getting tricked?
Yeah.
Is it a creature? Is that a wing? I have so many questions. Wait, hold on a sec. Is this person from the Void? It's very purple.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, she is. All right. The Void Empress is her.
It looks like
title.
Rex. She looks like the inside of Rek'Sai's mouth.
Yeah. So that head on top of her is fake. It's not a real head. So if you see below, below her shoulders, there's 4 eyes.
Yeah.
There.
That's cool. Yeah. Whoa.
It is cool in concept. In execution, it looks really bad.
No.
The Void wanted to make like a leader of their army so that she would lead the Voidborn to go destroy Runeterra. So they made her basically devour an entire city, which was the city of Belveth. And the Void, they adapt to what they eat. And so because Belveth ate so many humans, she started to take on human characteristics. And she took on a lot of human intelligence, and so she gained sentience. Basically, well, I don't want to destroy the world, I want to take it over. And so now she's like rebelling against the Void, but she's still in charge. Like she's got this whole army of voidlings around her, and she's got telepathic and psychic abilities, and she mind controlled Kai'Sa, which we don't even know what happened there.
So basically she's like Kerrigan.
Yeah, I guess so. Except like, yeah, Kerrigan was corrupted, wasn't she? Like she was a human once.
Yeah, but this is like
kind of
the
reverse
opposite.
Kerrigan,
It's
I
the
guess.
reverse
Yeah.
Kerrigan, yeah.
So it sounds cool. And then her gameplay is she just auto attacks a bunch. That's it.
Man, that's
She
fucking lame, dude. This guy, what?
Yeah.
This thing looks so. All right, okay, whatever.
Yeah. That is Neela. So remember when I told you about Samira?
Yeah.
Like the melee ADC?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Samira again. She's Samira's Echo Fighter gameplay wise. She plays almost identically.
Okay, wait, hold on. Who the fuck is this? This is Udyr now?
Oh yeah, that's Udyr. Yeah.
Wait, why? Why is he like? Wait, what is this? Wait, is this just a visual update or is this?
Yeah, it was a VGU, yep. So they changed his gameplay a bit. He's still very similar though. He's like Fiddlesticks where he plays like old Udyr, just better.
He looks so fucking ugly. This is.
Really? I really like him. I think it looks cool.
This is so ugly.
They made him all chonky.
I like, because I guess like I'm so used to Spirit Guard Udyr being Udyr. I look at this and he looks like a really fat, like, Aquaman. Like
Aquaman. I like what they did. They changed him so that all his powers are from the demigods instead of just random animals. Ornn powers and Volibear and Anavia. He has kind of like a Lee Sin passive where when he uses his abilities, he gains attack speed, but it also reduces the cooldown of his passive, which allows him to use an empowered version of one of his stances. There's a lot more skill
so his
expression.
gameplay sounds like it's gotten better.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun.
Oh, okay,
and
cool.
it's just cool to see, like, and they get the iron boar that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
That's the new turtle stance.
But like this dude's knuckles are hairy as hell. I literally thought that there was like hair stuck on my screen, so I was like rubbing it off. But his knuckles are just hairy.
Yeah, I mean he's like a wild shaman. He doesn't really care that much for it. So
He probably
kind of gone a bit
really bad.
Yeah, he's gone a bit loopy. He's just out in the Freljord, just wandering around.
All right, who's Cante? This guy looks cool. Like he looks like somebody. Is he British?
No,
He's not.
No.
Does he have a British accent?
I got really upset with Cante.
Why?
Because all the teasers for him that were showing up were like monster hunting field guides, and they were going to introduce this new part of Shurima that was very clearly taking inspiration from Monster Hunter.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then they revealed him, and the only thing that's like in that vein is his weapons that are kind of like the monster he slew, but they based the new region Nazuma is like this little isolated pocket in Shurima that's separated. And they're based more on West African aesthetics. But they've been doing that a bit. Like Zeri was Filipino and Neela was more Indian. So they tried to do that a lot in 2022. Everyone hates Cante though.
Why?
There's one that's justified and one that's unjustified. The unjustified thing is that he is very openly gay.
Oh, cool. So he's just gay.
But of course there are weirdos. You're like, why he's gay? I hate it.
Who gives a shit if he's gay? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah. The one that people hate him for is people didn't really know how he worked at first because he's a tank that presses his ult and converts all of his tank stats into damage, and he becomes a like hyper mobile bruiser assassin.
I will say that this guy's built like anatomically he doesn't make sense. Like, look at how buff he is on the top. Look how skinny his fucking legs are, and look at his abs. Like,
I mean, I love the shape of his beard that gives him the chin.
Who's Milo?
Milio.
Oh, it's Milio? Oh.
Milio.
I thought he was Milo, like the chocolate drink. So, like,
do you remember Kiana, the hula hoop girl?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They made like a whole new region for Kiana, Ishtal, and they kind of.
The more that I see this splash art, the more I love this guy. Like he has little orb dudes.
Oh, Yeah, because Ishtal is all about, like, he was the first new Ishtal champion since Kiana, and they're all about, you know, like Avatar, like fire bending, earth bending, water bending, and stuff.
What does he bend?
And so, fire.
That's all
But he
fire?
found it's, you know, like in Avatar, you had like people discover like metal bending and blood bending and stuff. So he discovered instead of fire just destructive, it's fire as a source of warmth. He's like Renata, he's an enchanter, so he heals and shields people and
so he's
helps
like a
them out,
support?
makes little campfires and stuff. Yeah, he's a support.
Man, that's cool. I love this guy. I don't even. He looks like it looks like Nunu mixed with like Bard mixed with like. I don't know, Bard again. Like it looks cool.
Oh, he's very peppy and cheerful. The little goober guys, they're called his Fuamigos.
Who's this? This person looks crazy. What's this?
That
Brier?
is Brier. That is Riot August's OC. Do not steal.
That's who? Why are there?
Yeah,
feet?
well, he's the guy who made
Why
like
is there
Jinx
feet?
and
That's-
Jinx. Yes, that was a whole point of contention. How old do you think Brier is by looking at her?
Dude, I'm just gonna guess if this is in the League of Legends universe that she's like 1,000 years old or some shit.
No, she's technically like only a few years old. She's like 2 or 3.
All right.
But like from a visual standpoint, like if you had to,
I'm not doing that. All right.
yeah, she's fun. In that regard,
I'm not
it's
doing
terrible.
that. I'm cool. All right, Jax, what is going on here? He looks cool. Visual update.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take it.
Visual and Jack's weird, where ages ago they said that they were working on a mystery VGU alongside Udyr. Because Udyr took 2 years to come out. There was like a player voted VGU poll, and Udyr won, and he took like 2 years to come out. And they said, well, we're working on another one. And then COVID happened, and so it got shelved. At the same time, Riot was announcing all these mid-scope updates, which would be like little small updates just to help the gameplay side of things.
Yeah.
Those would, like Nico got one where, you know, she, like I said, she could turn into jungle plants and monsters and stuff. And those usually take like 6 to 8 months to come out from announcement. Jax got a mid-scope. It was announced and released 7 days.
Oh.
I was like, that's suspicious.
Is he better playing? Is he not boring?
I mean, he's still about the same. They added a fishing mini game. So you can just go in the river and go fishing.
That's pretty cool. It's like a Smeagol looking dude. Like, what's this?
Yeah, okay. So Hui is a paint mage, so he uses like ink and paint and stuff. God, how do I begin explaining Hui's abilities? Hui has 10 abilities.
We don't have time for that. All right, who's next?
Yeah.
Who's next? I ain't doing that. Oh, this guy looks cool. Who's this? Nefari?
Nefiri. She is a Darken. This was another lore retcon.
What is this horse in the bottom left?
So that's not a horse. Nefiri is not one entity. Nefiri is an entire pack of dogs.
I'm sorry, what?
It's like the way that Darken work is they have like the little Darken weapons.
Yeah.
Someone touches the Darken weapon, they get corrupted and turned into a Darken.
Yeah.
So Nefiri is a little dagger, and you can actually see it in the side of her face there, like the spikes and the blades and stuff.
Yeah.
Like a whole pack of Dunehounds bit it all at once, and her mind was like scattered across the entire pack.
Whoa.
And so now she's just like this entire pack of Dunehounds.
That's cool.
It's cool. They had to retcon it because in the story it said that the dogs tore the dagger to pieces, which is like the entire lore of the Dark is that the weapons are indestructible, but it's just a bunch of random dogs ripped it to pieces.
So like in game, is it just like a bunch of dogs?
Usually she has like 2 or 3 other ones.
No, my thematic fantasy.
But then when she ults, she gets like this whole pack of like 10. It doesn't come across. She was designed to be one. They wanted a monster champion that wasn't a jungler, and they wanted to make an assassin for babies. So she's very, very easy.
Oh, this looks like something made from AI. What is this?
Yeah,
like,
he looked worse.
This is awful. Who is Boulder? Like from X-Files? Like when you like who is the fuck? Who is this person? This is ugly. This is.
Oh, he was worse.
What do you mean it's worse?
What he looked like originally. They had to change him because he looked so ugly. The one on the left is what he looked like, and the one on the right is what he looks like now. Like, he looked really ugly.
Bro, it doesn't even look like that much better. Like, it just. I feel bad. I shouldn't say it, because I mean, like, whoever made this they probably spent a lot of time on ChatGPT to create this prompt. So like you can't get too mad. No, I'm kidding. Like you can't like they probably put a lot of effort into it, so I can't be too mad. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying that its texture looks so off, and it looks like I just don't. It's not my cup of tea.
You know Skylanders?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at the pose. It's like it's just Spyro from Sky. It's the Skylanders Spyro version. Like it's the exact same. It's just ugly, blood-faced freak.
I mean, like whoever made it, I think they did an okay job. What did they do?
His whole thing was they just wanted to make like a cutesy monster. So he's a 80 carry, but
He's
he
an
plays
80
more
carry?
like yeah, but he doesn't really play like one. Like he's played in bot lane, but he's more like of an ability caster. It's kind of like Corky, and he's all about stacks, like Nasus, where like you stack up and you get more powerful as the game goes on.
Well, okay. That's kind of cool.
So
Wait, did they do a Scarner rework?
Scarner was like Udyr, where he won a VGU poll, and they haven't done a VGU poll since because this rework took 2.5 years to come out. Scarner was like a Galio Scion level.
For real?
Like they completely changed it.
Oh shit. Oh, okay. Is it better or worse?
I think it's better. Again, he released weak and then they overbuffed him and then they overnerfed him again. But
are his abilities cool? Like, oh, yeah, I love the birds. Oh, you can see how big he is. Wow, that's
he's
cool.
huge.
He's massive in this.
Yeah, he's a kaiju. He's
that's so cool.
They still haven't updated what Hex Tech even is now because Hex Tech came from the Brackern before.
Yeah.
So like Scarner is basically, he was like the founder of Ishtal and he tries to keep it safe. But Ishtal's like Wakanda, where they isolated themselves from the rest of the world. And Scarner's just like super paranoid because he saw the fall of Shurima and all these other things. Like, no, I must keep my people safe. Gameplay wise, they try to make him to like more of an earthbender kind of thing.
So like Atalia?
Sort of. I mean, he doesn't, the most earthbending he does is just kind of like picks up big rocks and stuff. But my favorite abilities, they changed his E, where like he kind of starts charging forward, and then if he grabs a person and like Poppy, he can slam them into a wall.
Oh, cool.
But it's controllable like Nunu, and it's slower, but because he's an earthbender, he can go through walls, so he's like earthbending the wall around him as he goes through.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of
cool. But it's like Kane, where there's like a little notice, so you can tell he's coming.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
She just came out like last week.
She is definitely giving me a lot of mixed signals here. I see
very OC, do not steal.
Very
type vibes.
I see the thighs.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
she's in the Freljord, so in the cold. She's dressed like that.
This is okay. So like
she has been in the works for a very long time. Some writer really wanted to make just like a bunny girl character. And that was, they didn't know what to do, like what she would play like or anything. And eventually like, okay, so what if she steals ults? And they thought, oh, that's too evil. And then that kind of got reworked into Silas and then got shelved for a long time. And they brought it back. It's like, well, now we're going to do a bunny girl. And then they just kind of had to force her somewhere. And so that's why I think she feels like an OC, because she's not dressed for the Freljord, like molded the lore around her to make her fit. And then gameplay, she's kind of like Lilia. She's just kind of just hit and run.
It's very
the one thing that they have mentioned a lot is that she is canonically autistic. So they tried to incorporate that a bunch into her. She just walks on her tiptoes because apparently that's an autism thing.
What does being autistic have to do with anything?
I don't know. That they just made a big point about it. So
is anybody that works at Riot, can they just say, "Hey, I have this OC. Can I put it in a video game?" And then they just let it happen? Is that how it works? I mean,
that's
Riot?
Brier as well. Riot August wanted to make a vampire lolly, and then they made one. So
what the fuck, dude? Like, it's just why?
Those two have been like the weird outliers.
Why? Well, thank you, Nicky boy, for giving me the rundown of what the fuck I've been missing. Doesn't seem like it's a lot.
I mean, you've missed some good times and a lot of bad times.
Yeah, it feels like that. Like a long time of it was just very bad gameplay.
Renata Glask was like, that was the like, okay, now we're going somewhere.
Yeah, we need to do like a fucking, what's it called? a Chat GPT drawings of League of Legends characters.
Oh god.
It'll be fun.
If it's anything like Volibear, that's gonna be horrible.
Or it'll be good. Who knows? We'll see.
I cannot stand what it's gonna do to Brier. That is not gonna be kind to that character.